Greetings ladies and gentlemen, Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've been back on Black Desert Online, and much has happened across all versions, like the remaster, revamp, the introduction of the archer class, and I'm here back on the Southeast Asian version for its first anniversary and the release of the Shadow Arena, Pearl Abyss's take on the ever-popular Battle Royale mode. The Shadow Arena has been rolling out across all versions since late 2018, and you may have seen gameplay or even played it yourself, to which I'm curious to know what you think of it all. So while I share my experiences in this video, feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section below. So let's begin with the basics. Everyone can enter the Shadow Arena Battle Royale mode, and like many things BDO does, it's time gated. On the Southeast Asian version, windows for weekdays are between 7 PM to 1 AM, and on weekends it's 1 PM to 1 AM. In game, simply access the Marnie's secret aisle icon from the menu options, and that ports you into a lobby of some sort where the rules are made clear to you. Here you can either queue as a solo player, which means it's a free-for-all, or you could enter as a party, with the minimum party count being 3 players and maximum at 5. You can also join or host a private session if you want to, secured with password and all, for organized play. Key things to note before matches start: you don't play as the character and class that you queue as. All that you've earned in terms of gear and equipment in BDO's PvE that you have on becomes irrelevant, and everyone starts on equal footing. Matches require at least 40 players in order to start, with 50 being the maximum amount of players per match. Once the round begins, all players start in the form of a black spirit and are lobbed in every direction of the Battle Royale map, which happens to be a portion of an existing area within BDO itself, so you're not looking at anything new in terms of scenery or monster designs. Your first objective is to find and possess a vessel, which happens to be the class that you'll play as for the rest of the match. Once that's done, the gearing phase begins, and there are several ways to do this that you'll be familiar with as a returning player or even as a new player to BDO. Firstly, you'll want to kill monsters in the area. Mobs can drop items that are RNG in terms of rarity, from armor to weapons and accessories that are mostly named items from BDO's core game. So that means you may find some Grunil armor and even some yellow gear, and a neat feature that Shadow Arena has is the ability to instantly equip the gear the moment you find it by hitting the G key. This sort of minimizes any sort of messing around with the UI system for gearing. You'll also come across loot boxes that you'll need to smash open for more chances at rare loot, weapons, and skill books. Yes, the vessel you possess doesn't come decked out with all your flashy skills. You have basic attacks and even block for some classes that can do so, but to gain more powerful abilities, you need to scrounge around for these skill books. All unlocked skills appear on a hotbar to the right side of your screen with an accompanying hotkeys, so you'll have to memorize them quickly if you're not a clicker. As mentioned, monsters do inhabit large parts of the map, and they range from the easiest foes to elite monsters, so only engage the harder ones if you're happy with the gear that you have on. In the mid to late game, even boss mobs can appear, like the Red Nose, and there's incentives for taking him down, but the catch is other players can also ruin your party and finish off what you've started if you're dead. Speaking of death and dying, if you're killed by another player or you've successfully eliminated someone, all their stuff is basically yours to loot. Player engagements happen fairly early on in Shadow Arena, as the map area itself isn't that big compared to your more established standalone Battle Royale games. So what happens with combat? Well, if you know each of BDO's classes very well, you can use your basic attacks in tandem with combos from those skill books that you've picked up and mix it up if the latter is on cooldown. That hotbar you have below your character are some basic survival tools, like an HP potion that you can find more of, a flashbang, and even a trap, so good players know when and where to use these effectively. All in all, it feels like any ordinary PvP that happens in Black Desert Online, but on a fairly equal scale, depending on how much gear you've picked up and how much you know about what your vessel class can do and how fast you can pull off those combos. Other Battle Royale mechanics, like the encroaching black fog that makes the play area smaller every couple of minutes, is also in play, so expect to be on the move and fighting a lot. If you die, you have two options: head back into the lobby and queue for another one, or stay and watch the match play out as a Black Spirit again. Right now in the Southeast Asian version at least, for me the average match duration doesn't last longer than 10 minutes and queues pop within 5 maximum, so it's fairly populated at the moment. So what about rewards? This is where I find the entire concept to be a little interesting. So you bring nothing you own into the Shadow Arena except your prior experience and knowledge of BDO's classes, which goes a long way to helping you combat other players in here. However, winning a match, participating in one, or even picking up loot will earn you silvers that you do take back to the core BDO game. Match winners get a resplendent black rock, while runners-up all the way up to the 20th survivor position all get black rocks of some sort mailed to them once they leave the Shadow Arena. That's not all though. For every gear you picked up during the match, they are exchanged for silver. So if you picked up a yellow ring during the game, that'll net you a cool 400k silvers. So in a way, you could be the worst player on the map and still come away with some money to fund your next sexy outfit purchase on the marketplace, or whatever floats your boat. That in a nutshell is how BDO's Shadow Arena Battle Royale mode works. Okay, let's get into the land of opinions. I asked around in chat plenty of times wondering what the existing player base felt about the introduction of the Shadow Arena Battle Royale mode. Majority of the feedback was neutral positive. Players are okay with it as it offers them something to do when the window pops up that doesn't involve the monotonous BDO gameplay with the same old RNG, chores, and grinds. That's understandable. While I myself have a few issues with it, like the need to timegate the damn thing and Pearl Abyss's lack of originality for new content, I found myself pleasantly challenged in the Shadow Arena as I'm constantly trying to remember combos or even basic maneuvers for the classes I've managed to possess as a returning player. And man, let me tell you, it's not easy, especially if you can't find a class that you want and have to settle for something you've never played before. I think it's fair to say if you're new or returning, the mastery curve for the Shadow Arena is quite high. Therefore, even for a scrub like me to get my ass handed to me every match but still walk away with some money for it felt nice, I suppose, even if it was peanuts when you consider the game's current economy situation. The high points are obviously the combat system, and now with Remastered, I am reminded about how gorgeous this game is, though that's not enough to keep me playing the core BDO game. While it is fun for the few rounds I've played, I'm unsure about the longevity of this game's mode, but right now it seems pretty popular with both existing and new players, and the fact that it's fair and balanced when it comes to gear, which is something BDO is not known for, could be considered a plus point, I suppose. Therefore, if you've quit BDO and you're wondering if you should come back and play the Shadow Arena Battle Royale, is it worth it? If you enjoy Black Desert's combat, the PvP and graphics, and want a stress-free, grindless environment to do just that, then sure. It's a free mode, just expect to see the same environments over again, since we don't actually know if this mode will even get future development in the way of new maps or more systems. Also, if this is all you want to come back to, there really isn't a progression system for Shadow Arena, so that could be a deal breaker too. Now, going back to originality, Pearl Abyss could have introduced dozens of other new game modes but opted for the cheap and popular way out with the Battle Royale mode. I can't blame them as much as I want to, because from a business standpoint, the damn thing works. It's popular, and you pay nothing for it if you own BDO. It's just there, you do it or not. This isn't a grilling for them for doing the obvious. It's just now we finally have a major MMORPG household name that's normalizing the concept of a Battle Royale mode within its game. The concept itself isn't new, guys. We've seen this going around with MapleStory 2 and their Mushroom King Royale, and Ashes of Creation, of course, with the standalone Apocalypse game. But forget that. The Ashes franchise is irrelevant right now as it's still unreleased. But BDO, on the other hand, is an established household name that dozens of Korean MMORPG studios look up to copy or draw influence from because of their stature in this part of the world, and I'm afraid that this is just the start of a new wave of MMORPG battle royales coming soon. And that's the state we're in today, at least for BDO. And it's kind of funny too, because we as an MMO community give crap to other major MMOs for introducing new modes of content. Take, for example, World of Warcraft with Warfronts and Island Expeditions. I personally may not like them or how they were executed, but I give mad props to Blizzard for having the balls to put out something fresh instead of a Battle for Azeroth Battle Royale. So as an MMO community, let's ask ourselves, do we want more Battle Royale modes in the games that we play? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, I do want to hear your thoughts on BDO's Shadow Arena. Those of you that have played it, did you enjoy it, and would you like to see it developed further beyond just a side game mode? Let me know. So that's it from me. Hit the like button for more on MMOs, and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more vids and get notified on all my latest uploads. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching. Is definitely the combat system, because it's all action-based combat system. And then for boss fights, throughout the entire fight, it becomes reactive. All right, what am I doing now? How am I going to bounce back if I get hit and knocked down? Then you have to retaliate with a retaliation skill. So it's got a pretty in-depth combat system based around this action combat.